call the meeting to order at 5:06.
6:05.
Or, excuse me, 6:05. Roll call, please.
Alan Raves,
Present.
Stacy Cole, Brian Henry,
Present.
Patrick McGinnis, and Doug Schofield, Township Maintenance Supervisor, is here also. We have a quorum.
Thank you. Public comments on agenda. Any public comments? Those are closed. Board comments on agenda. Nothing? Okay, those are closed as well. Anybody wish to approve the agenda? Make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
And I will second that. Vote, please. Everybody say aye if you approve the agenda.
Aye. The agenda is approved.
Then we will move on to a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting, February minutes.
Brian's going to do that.
I'll second it.
I heard him.
I can't because I did them.
Now we need a motion to pay the bills,
Has everyone looked at them?
which I have looked at them, yes.
Okay.
I would make the motion to pay the bills.
I'll second.
Everybody in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Grant writer.
He is not here tonight, so we will have to table that.
No,
Do we
don't
have
want
to?
table it.
I don't think we
We need to
want to.
approve the hiring of him so we can move
That's-
forward pursuing the grant.
Okay.
That's what that's on there
Okay.
for. He was gonna come to give us a presentation, but he had death in the family, so he couldn't make it. But we definitely need to approve hiring.
I agree.
I agree also. Okay, I will make a motion to approve, or recommend to the Township Board that we hire Nico to do the grant writing.
I'll second that for sure. Do we want to set a dollar amount on that, or no?
No, grant writing, no.
Okay, okay.
Mr. Chairman, may I make a statement?
Sure.
from
Yeah, go ahead.
the- You want me to take the
No,
podium?
no.
So, in speaking with Nico Tucker at NEMCOG, the township has a membership, if you will. And what that does is that it in the contract, I believe, is in here. It's an open-ended contract, and the contract is with the township, but then it gets spread out and smeared about with parks and DDA and township as well. It reduces the hourly rate that they would charge for their work, which is a benefit. He can write any and all grants. We've talked about there are 4 or 5 grants that are available to parks to push towards this project, as well as to help DDA with their pathway expansion projects. The other thing that it allows us to do is we can pick up the phone and say, hey, Nico, we found this grant. He can take a look at it and give us an estimate. Because we do, while we have a membership with NEMCOG, they will then just bill us periodically, like after the grant, for the services. But he can give us an idea of whether it's a 1-hour project, a 5-hour project. So you can look at that within your budget. So it is planning services, and the contract gets into what that includes. But it's a pick up the phone and talk to them too. Okay?
That's nice.
Okay, so the motion is to go ahead and hire Nico, or NEMCOG. And it was seconded, is that right?
Yes, you
Yep.
second.
Yeah, I seconded it, yes. Everybody in favor, say aye.
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 Should we say that we're
So our next
kick off
step-
pursuing our bathroom grant? Should we get that out to the public? We're trying to put flush toilets at the bathroom, new bathroom facilities down there.
I think
So
that,
that's what we're looking at all these grants for that we're talking about.
yeah, I think it's the DNR passport grant that we're after.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, the Marina Park Pavilion. Carl was gonna be here
Yeah,
and talk about it, so.
I've talked with him, I can tell you the gist of it, I mean, I don't know all the particulars, but he's got a group together that would like to, behind the trail at Lower Marina Park, where we do all of the festival stuff now up on
Yep.
top, they would like to put in a 50 by 100 pavilion with sides, removable sides, so that we could then host community events there, rent it out for festivals, various things, you know, like, they'd be able to host a summer music series there, the farmer's market, have the Winterfest wouldn't have to put up tents anymore, Summerfest wouldn't have to put up tents. There would be a permanent fixture, like most communities
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
And he, I guess what he was gonna come and talk for was to get our blessing to move forward, that we would be willing to accept, you know, depending on what the situation, you know, but we were open to that idea before he went crazy.
I guess I'm kind of open to it, but I guess I would like to see him,
Yeah, more particular,
Yes.
I was just trying to give you an overview,
Yeah.
I didn't wanna
Yeah.
make any
No, no.
moves on it or anything, just so that you kinda knew what it was about.
Where would this pavilion be placed?
It would go right behind where we set up the tents for.
Okay,
I may be able to give you, shed some light on this. It's a very preliminary discussion. There's been no funding secured. There's not a rendering at this point. It is a grassroots group that is looking at what the benefit of a pavilion would offer the community.
sure.
They are interested in providing what I anticipate will be a rendering, a concept, something that would just begin a conversation. They're not looking for you to say, yep, we want to move forward, yep, we're willing to give some money, yep, we're willing to give land. It's really just a conversation to keep you informed,
Okay,
and
perfect.
that the organization or the group is not formally, gathered, but they, at some point, will be coming to you, and I anticipate, with some desire to move forward with some kind of community pavilion. Looking at all of the properties that are available, that property seems to be the most viable today versus purchasing, for instance, the old lumberyard space,
Oh,
which is
right,
highly
right.
unlikely, right? So looking at what space you have down in this downtown district, they would look at the space that would be almost right behind the parking lot, if that helps at all. The municipal
Okay,
parking
yep.
lot would be right behind. I think they are looking to find some community partners who would help with the leveling and excavation, the site drawings, those kinds of things. Does that help a little bit to
Yeah,
make sure
sure.
everybody feels like they're more in the know? And
You see, this group doesn't formally exist yet?
it does not in terms of a 501c3.
Okay.
Are they having conversations? Yes.
Okay.
Are they engaging potential donors of services and product? Yes. Do they have a rendering? No. Other than, we know that they're looking at a 50 by 100 space.
Yeah.
Okay,
That would be the only concrete thing that I could tell you that they're thinking.
Yeah. Something that says pavilion.
Yeah, and that's kind of what Carl said to me, do we just want to come here and say, are you open to us doing it, do we have,
I
you're
think,
gonna
are you
say
open
no?
to the
but if we do it?
conversation?
Yeah.
Right.
we are,
Yeah,
definitely,
we're-
Right, the
yes,
conversation.
yes,
Not the digging of dirt
Right.
as of yet.
exactly.
I
No,
think we're
no.
all open to the conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, we are, yes. Thank you. Winterfest,
Doug, that's gonna be you. How did the cleanup and stuff go?
Well,
What an interesting question to
yes,
ask.
it is.
Let's talk about that.
They are, they're having some difficulties getting it wrapped up, I guess. And I've talked with Vicky about it, they need to get more organized on that event in particular is not very well organized.
So on behalf of the chamber, we want to apologize, I think, and we have no excuses, other than we didn't execute the cleanup the best way we could. We struggled a little bit with the weather, but also the volunteerism. It's always great to be a part of the great part of the event.
Yeah.
It's always the hardest to find cleanup folks. Doug came to me, said he was disappointed in that piece. We were able to move the majority of things out on Sunday. The hay went today. I understand the stage is moving as we speak, and it should be cleaned up. We did take all the garbage as well. Thank you to the Parks program to allow us to put some of the garbage in the dumpster at Co-op Park, and then we all took some of the garbage to our own homes to remove it. We put this on our calendar to do a better job next year, and I do apologize.
When we realized that there was a struggle with the cleanup, was that posted or announced anywhere?
Well, it was posted on the chamber site. If anyone could come and help, please come.
I'm just asking, because if I knew, I would have helped.
You know,
like,
the tent is
I think some people probably would have if they knew about it. Maybe.
Right. I think the tent is a tremendous undertaking.
Yep.
And because it's winter, we shrink wrap. We don't really shrink wrap, but we wrap the space so that we have walls, and that is just tremendous. And to put it up is hard, and take it down is equally as hard. We were able to use someone who needed community service to help us as well. So it was a community service opportunity. The football team came. I mean, we really tried, and all I can tell you is we did put it on our agenda for Thursday. We have a board meeting, and we'll discuss the need to have a good cleanup plan in the future, and I do apologize.
Thank you for the apology. Yes.
Did you talk to BK&C about
I did.
providing a letter that says, or
Yep.
what did they suggest?
So it's my understanding that the township did not receive the insurance binder for Winterfest. However, it was secured. But the paper document, at least this comes from Doug to me, that
Yeah,
they
it never
didn't have
came
that.
to the town hall.
So-
They never put it in the folder.
I reached out to BKC, and I wanted a little clarification that for us, applying for a liquor license, did BKC need to have that prior to issuing the document, which comes very close to an event? They do not. So they can give a letter that we have identified the dates, we have secured the insurance, but the binder would not be issued until closer to the event. So at this point, I anticipate, now that I'm smarter, and we understand how important it is to, provide you all the pieces to the puzzle, that we will be getting our submission for Old Fashioned Days, which, by the way, advertisement is June 19th, 20th, and 21st. And possibly an event on the evening of the 18th at DeVoe. We'll see how that goes. But those are the dates of Old Fashioned Days. We plan to have that secured well before June. So in May, you'll receive all the pieces to the
The
puzzle.
DeVoe was on what date, the 18th?
DeVoe potentially is on the 18th. That is a Thursday evening. We do not anticipate using the pavilion, just the property.
Okay.
And that's
I
a
just-
Thursday.
So I'm just wanting, so I can have Karen, even if these aren't in, pencil them in so that we don't have conflicts.
I will make my application soon. I just don't have the insurance, the liquor license, and the lottery licenses of yet.
Okay.
I have a request. On both the Winterfest and Old Fashioned Days, would it be possible for someone to come to our parks meeting the month before and lay out what you all have planned as far as cleanup, setup, all that,
Yes,
to make sure that it's covered?
yes.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. I believe in our rental agreement, it says that they have to produce the binder. I'll go look at it, but we may need to make an amendment that says that we will take a letter of securement or something, a letter that they're gonna have it secured and not the binder. Because right now Karen's waiting for a binder to come in. And they can't get it, so it became tune time. We had the same issue. The guy was sitting there, I can't get one. And we're all, no, we gotta have it. Well, Now, thanks to Vicky
Yeah.
bringing that up and looking into it, they can't get it. So we just need to make
We
it
can
that
get a
they need to
letter
have
that
proof
says
of,
we've communicated.
Proof of it, yeah.
that
proof
it is-
that they've secured
Proof
insurance.
that it will be secure and the binder will be available before the event.
And so at some point, I'll look at one of those and we'll have to figure out how we're gonna word it, and I'll bring it up at the next meeting that will change that.
And I'll continue to keep you informed as that gets a little closer as well. And if you would then put me on the agenda for the month of May for a preparation, carry-out, and cleanup plan for Old Fashioned Days scheduled in June.
Perfect. Any other discussion on Winterfest or Old Fashioned Days? Okay, agenda item 11, update on Green Dock sign.
Jane? Update on the Green Dock sign? You can just stand there.
Oh, she wants to look important, Pat.
You always do.
Okay. The only update that I have is to say that the kiosk, frame, structure has been ordered and will be delivered, by the middle of March. I've also talked to Decca Digital about the actual print and design of what's going to go into the kiosk, and I'm working with them to get that. So, the schedule right now is hopefully to have everything done and installed by the end of April.
Oh,
If not
nice.
sooner, depending on how the ground is. So
Yeah.
everything seems to be on track, and I think the last time when the parks approved it, I showed you some design concepts, and it's pretty much that way. Like I said, I'm working with Decca Digital, and they're gonna help lay out the photos and, get the right type font sizes and all that kind of thing. So when we get the final layout, they're going to print me out on a paper thing, so we can see
Oh.
in the large format what it's gonna look like before it gets printed on the actual board that it's gonna be printed on,
Great.
so, okay, yes.
Trudy, question for the township. Should we have two of those printouts done so one of them could be put up in the hall?
Oh, that'd be
out here?
great, yeah.
I think that would be a wonderful idea, yeah.
I don't know if there's room out in the hallway, I was looking.
Well, maybe we could put it in
You
here,
know,
or we can look
I-
things.
I
Yeah, we
was-
could do it in-
I was planning on having two done anyway, in case something happens to one, we've got a backup. But Decca told me that they always have it in their files, and if they need to print another one, they can do it too, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great, thank you,
Most
Jane.
of them I do, up at the park, we do have replacements for almost everyone around town, except for the ones at the Sturgeon were never done in duplicate, but all of the other ones, I have a new one to replace it if something happens.
Oh, okay.
So that just, so you know, I mean, move forward, it is a good thing to have one because somebody does something to it and you can just swap it out.
Right, right. Or, I don't know how they're sealed in there, but maybe if there's a leak or something, and somehow when the
Oh, yeah.
weather gets damaged.
Nope, they're wide open to the weather. All there is a lip around there. We'll take out 3 Allen screws and take the top off, and it slides right in the slot, and then it comes down over it. And it's a plastic material that is
Right.
out to the weather, so
Right.
they
Okay.
don't, they hold up pretty. I mean, they haven't been damaged, scratched, none of them. They're all in perfect shape, which is pretty remarkable.
Yeah, good, okay.
Great.
That's it.
Thank you, Jane.
You're welcome.
Item 12, update on Green Docks Police Area.
Okay, I've talked to Jeff downstairs, and I've asked them to give us the verbiage that is necessary to go on the 2 signs that are going to be designating the emergency parking area for the police, fire department, stuff like that, to get the verbiage legally correct. I'd like to get those signs ordered so that when Doug gets the green dock's ready to go, he can mount the signs.
And we had talked about the other signs that we had with the warning, the safety signs that
Yep.
were made up last year. I had a thought about that. Has anybody thought about asking Mr. Fisher if maybe we could put one at the end of his dock?
Where's he at?
Who?
Fisher would be the first house down, as you're coming from
Yep.
the east.
Okay.
The
okay.
first house, that's the Fishers, that long dock there. If we could put one right at the end of theirs, that would give lead time. Right now, we're trying to put it right at the end of where it starts.
Right,
So they
right.
don't have any lead getting there. So, and they may be open to it because they're very proactive about the green dock, is that the right way to? They're very involved down there. I mean, I've had lots of dealings with them through the green dock and.
Good
they're very-
involvement or bad involvement?
Yeah, because they're very open to helping, when we were having problems down there, they were trying to help us solve.
Oh, good,
problems.
good.
They weren't complaining so much as, I mean, I go on there, when we were losing the garbage cans every other day,
Yeah,
I was on their pontoon boat half time climbing out to go into the water to get them.
okay.
So I think they might, and I wouldn't hesitate to go and talk to them about it.
That'd be great, yeah.
If he'd let us do it.
I like the idea of a lead time, yeah.
And then perhaps we can put the other one at Hideaway. So that you've got them coming on the right
Yes,
sides of the
yep.
river. You would be coming past it in both directions.
The problem I would see at Hideaway is that boathouse right there.
Yeah, well, maybe they gotta let us jet
I
out from his
think if
boathouse if we ask him.
On the upstream side of it, if we put those flashing lights on.
Yeah, but if you're all the way down, if you go to the end of our dock at Hideaway from his boathouse, you can see anything that's there.
Yeah.
We'd be able to put it on our post there, be able to see it.
Yeah.
I think giving more lead time than putting it at the ends of our dock is a little better
I like that idea.
option. And Alan, your boards are all sanded, painted, and ready to go.
Perfect.
So we'll see how that goes. I think it's gonna help a lot. There are,
Oh, definitely. I tell you, during the weekend of the boat races, I can't tell you how many people, kids, adults, slipped and fell.
yeah, it's,
Did they
we
fall in
probably
the
just
water?
moved it down a little further,
Pardon?
but.
Did they fall in the water?
No, no, they, on their butts
Yeah.
and elbows and
Ouch.
heads and, uh, as far as the signage go, I don't know if, just want to bring up the signs we have now for no snowmobiles on the sidewalk are kind of iffy. But-
That's, the DDA is gonna get us,
Oh,
we're getting,
perfect.
we're getting signs made, they're gonna be reflective
perfect.
signs, they're gonna look, and they're going up permanently at multiple locations throughout town.
Okay, perfect.
That was done just kind of.
I
as
know, I needed to be done, yes, definitely, it
Yeah,
needed to be
but-
done.
Yeah, no, we are gonna they're planning on paying for them, so.
Kind of backwater right now.
Yeah.
Okay, is that it on the green docks? Okay, 13, employee hours.
Okay, this one I stuck in also. Anticipating Doug's retirement at the end of June.
Okay,
I know Doug comes in 4:30 or so on snow days to get the sidewalks starting to get them cleared and stuff. And I'm not sure about the other employees, how early they come in when things need to be, but I just think we need to, especially with this transfer coming up this summer, establish our expectations.
Well, if you want our schedule, what I do typically is, it is 7 to 3 in the green months. In the white months, it's 5 to 1. Because I don't, myself, it was never, it didn't work for me to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, 5 days in a row, and then go back to doing 7 o'clock in the morning for a couple of days and then back to 5 o'clock. And
Oh, I see.
it was just easier. And
Yeah,
Across the board.
we can do our stuff in the dark. We were in here cleaning, and actually a lot of times that works better in the wintertime. We come in, we did the carpets, and we were done before anybody came in here. Before the library opened, we had cleaned everything, and we're gone.
So
So
how,
that's how I always did it. I mean,
so how would you handle it if you get off at 1 o'clock and then we have a late snowstorm and there's a township meeting or the library's open and people start showing up at 6? That's 5 hours in which you could get quite a accumulation of snow.
I guess if you were buried in, typically at that point, everything's been canceled, if it came down that much. But,
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
somebody would, I would swing in and do it, or Tom swings by and does it. I mean, it just, I guess we've never really had it set, but Tom and I are both just floating around and we just do what needs to be done. I mean, I guess you could have it wouldn't be a bad idea to have it set that it make up something where, say, X number of inches of snow is when you have to do what you have to do, you know what I mean? There is no real when you get called out. It's my call kind of when we do it. I mean, there's some days that you'll get a half inch and you do it, but then the next day you get a half inch and you don't. It's you know what I mean? I play it by consistency, weather, all kinds of different things. But I know a lot of places like the school has a set amount of snow that has to be in the parking lot before it's okay to plow. So, I mean, there's a ton of things you could do that way. But you I always thought, just let the guy that's doing it, you're hiring him to get it done and just let him get it done. And if he's not, then address the problem.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because
I
I
do.
don't want
I
to sit
do.
here and say, tell this guy to do it. He's going to come in and want to do things a whole different way. Whoever it is going to have their own
Right.
way of doing things. So
Yep.
I think just ride with it, and if you have an issue, then you deal with the issue.
Okay.
You happy?
I'm happy. Yeah, just, just trying to get an idea of.
No, I think
yeah,
it was a
no.
very good question because
Well, it might be one of those things that you write down and
Yeah.
leave for everyone to reference, not that we can't find you. But then when the question, if the question arises, you say, well, typically in the past, this is how it was handled. And it's a conversation starter.
Well, what I'm thinking is when we interview
Yes.
Doug's replacement, that's when we'd really address it.
Sure.
And we have an idea of what our expectations would be, and then work with whoever.
Yes, I agree.
I am putting together, I haven't got it, it's an all over hodgepodge mess right now, but as I'm doing different things and seeing different things, I'm writing down what expectations, what your responsibilities are. Town hall, you got the lawn, you got the snow removal, you got landscape maintenance, you got building maintenance, and we're talking about addressing that in a different way, but then just different boat launch, there's vault toilets, garbage, just so that there's gonna be something. I got the irrigation mapped out, what you need to do to get each, where different functions are. I'm not gonna, when I walked in the door, Jim walked out. And that was that. I figured everything out on my own, so I don't wanna do that to the next person.
Right.
We appreciate that, for sure. Okay, agenda item 14, boat race wake waiver. I'd like to make a motion to approve,
Or recommend approval.
recommend approval of a waiver for the no wake ordinance that we have for August 9th through 10th, 11 to 2 each day.
I will second that.
Open for discussion. I will
Just to clarify, this is for racers only, correct?
correct.
Yeah, the river
No,
will be
the-
Yeah, I
closed
was gonna
during
say, everything
The
else
sheriff's
is
department
right?
closes it,
Okay.
yep. We
What
have
was the date of the boat races that you?
August 9th and 10th.
Thank you. It is 9th and 10th?
Yeah.
It was 8th and 9th.
Okay. Well, I know, I can't, don't, I'm not sure because I just know it's right around my anniversary over there. So, and my anniversary's the 10th, so it might be. the
That's
8th,
how
not
you
the 9th, the
remember
10th.
it.
Yeah. Hey.
Oh, boy, poor Lisa.
Well, it's just always right around our anniversary when we go there. I'll wait for Judy to get back for more conversation.
Okay.
So I think she was going to clarify the date.
She was just gonna get the date of the boat race, she had a letter.
Yeah, there was
Yeah,
Yeah,
something that
that-
came through.
that's where I got my dates from
Oh, okay.
that letter.
Okay, so we know it's the 9th and 10th, is what
Yes,
you're saying.
yes.
All right. Well, I can go ahead with this part. They've also requested their permission for their food truck.
Oh,
Now, last year, we finally came to an agreement, and Trudy and I talked about it again. My recommendation to the board would be to allow them to have their food truck as long as they post that it is not open to the public. It is open to the racers and club members only. That's the only way we can get around the food.
Illegality of it.
Right, the food truck, that is not in our food truck area, that's prohibited. To have a
oh, that's
commercial
right, it is
food truck
prohibited.
down
It
there.
is prohibited.
But
Even
by
if they
them
pay
renting
their,
the whole facility and only using it for the members of their thing, we approved it last year to do it that way, they did it. If we just tell them that they have to have signs up that say, no one from the public, members and racers only, or whatever, so it's.
Did we approve it, or did the township
The
approve it?
township did, I guess what we need to do is just give a recommendation that you approve, I don't know how we wanna
Yeah,
word it.
I don't know how we're gonna, it was a big
Can-
deal.
It was,
last year.
I remember it being a big conversation.
right,
last
and they're trying to get ahead of the problem,
Right.
which is great. And I think you're right too, if it's all for their own
And-
personal use in there, that's different.
Yeah, and it, you know, he can't sell to the public. Now, I'm not going to go stand down there and say.
But
"Not
he just
selling."
needs to put signs up to say he's not.
Right.
That's
And
it.
it needs to be inside wherever they're cordoned off,
Yeah.
if they do that.
is there any way we can, I don't know, make an amendment or something that,
That's not,
year. Wasn't this a county ordinance though? Isn't that what dictated
it's a
it?
Is it
township
county?
It's
Yeah.
the food-
County
oh, it
and
is
township,
county,
yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's our food truck ordinance, and the food trucks are in there's there's 2 overlay districts, and they're only allowed in certain areas, and it becomes very cumbersome. We ended up calling the county last year, and it was a day-long phone call
Yeah.
marathon to try to get it sorted out. I'll have to look at his application from last year. He was very patient and tolerant. We were trying to find the workaround. And
Yeah.
the workaround was that he couldn't, and I think it was through DHD4 and the county, he couldn't sell to the public, was basically what it boiled down to.
Are they selling?
Ye-
Is that what you're saying, they're selling a slippery slope? Are they selling their food to the
Yes.
members?
To the racers and their teams. Now, if he were to provide it and they make a donation to him,
That would be like having a reunion. We're feeding the family.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the family is helping us with our expenses. That is not a slippery slope. That would be a slippery.
I like that.
I mean, there were no issue, I mean, once it was all said and done, were there any issues last year?
No, once it's up and going in,
and the issue is that it's outside the
Zone.
zone, the overlay district in which food
Right.
trucks are allowed.
And that was dictated by the county, is that correct? That's the
Yeah.
conversation I remember
Yeah.
last year.
yeah, we really didn't have a lot of leeway in
Yeah.
there, but we were trying to work with them, and again, they were just reaching out this far out in front so that we had good
And
lead time
that's
to
much
try and get
appreciated
the.
over last year where the guy had already parked his trailer and walked in and said, I wanna get my.
Yeah.
We're like, wait a minute, what's happening? So
Yeah.
I think if he provides it,
Yeah.
They want to work with us as much as
Yeah,
they
I
can.
mean,
They want to make it as good an event as they can. I mean,
sure, it brings a lot
And
of
they always have.
activity.
yeah, they do. They do a great job. I mean, I don't.
Well,
We've
that-
had our small issues down there, but we've been able to get through them. I mean, they've pushed time limits getting in and out, and I get it. It's a huge. We don't like some of the things they do, but all in all, it's a good event. When I go down there, it is clean.
Yeah.
But that's what I was getting at, that's why I asked if there were any issues.
Well-
Because I,
No, I mean minor things. Minor.
you know, I'd like to see a.
That wasn't a slam.
They clean up way better than the chamber.
Taking notes?
It just, they're one of the, I mean, they do a fantastic
They
job.
do.
It's remarkable for what, in the period of time that they put what they put on that beach and what they take off of it,
Oh, it's
And-
crazy.
it is just like, and they do a good job.
All right,
Right?
so we approved that, right?
Well, we just.
We discussed it.
Yeah, we discussed it.
Okay.
So we're still
All in
discussing.
favor?
All in favor? Say
Aye.
aye. Aye?
Yeah.
Any opposed? No one's opposed? Okay.
Public comments? You've been pretty quiet over there.
I don't know what to say. Well, my name's Nevaeh Frisky. I'm here kind of because I'm taking a journalism class. I just gotta write a little paper about a public meeting that I go to. I don't know, whatever one I want to go to, and then just write about it.
Welcome.
Yes,
Thank you.
very welcome.
You have brothers,
Do I have
or a
brothers?
brother, yeah.
Yeah, they're younger.
Is one of them like 19 and bought some property or anything like that?
No.
Oh, okay.
Any more public comments? Board comments? I have a couple just to throw out there. We've talked about the rebuilding the basketball courts. I'm wondering if it would be a lot less expensive to put up 4 retractable hoops and rims in the pavilion, the ice pavilion, that would allow that place to be used basically a lot more. Maybe even a couple permanent hoops and backboards on the sides. We'd have to line the cement probably, but I can't see that costing as much as rebuilding that basketball court. I mean, eventually I would like to see the basketball court rebuilt. And in line with that, some of these smaller grants that I read about, I think Trudy sent some of these other possible grants out to us, DTE, Consumers Energy, Enbridge. If working with our grant writer, maybe those could be combined to rebuild that basketball court.
Out front, yeah.
But in the meantime, I would like to get a price, and maybe that would go through Nico, I don't know, a price on the retractable hoops and rims.
How tall is it inside that pavilion?
25 feet probably in the center. I mean, it's, well, let's see, you got 4-foot board, I got a 6-foot net, and there's 3-foot open on the
I've
side.
never
So
really paid attention.
Oh, there's
to the
plenty
very
of-
side edges, like at the net, around the edge, you probably got 15 feet
I'm
of
thinking
clearance
2
right
courts crosswise,
Yeah.
easily.
there. Yeah, you've got 15 feet of clearance at the sides,
Yeah, okay.
at least, because I know I've got 10 covered and there's a good 5 still exposed.
And I don't even know who builds those. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been to field houses with my grandson.
Right, yeah.
And they just lift them right up.
They used to be in the old gym.
Yep.
Oh,
up in
that's
the
right.
river there.
That's right, they
You
did.
had to
That's
get
right.
the crank out.
Yeah.
Now they're
It doesn't
motorized.
happen that way anymore.
No, now you hit a button and it goes, "Ee," but yeah, you used to have to crank the,
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Just something
no,
I,
that's a
Board
real good
comment.
idea, and a couple of those grants, like Enbridge, I think gets up there in the dollar amount too, doesn't it, pretty high to where it might even cover it, and they are, from what I keep hearing, are anxious to get into Indian River to spend some money.
perfect.
The,
I just think that facility needs to be used more.
Oh, I do too, and you would be amazed at how much it gets used in the horrible condition it is in. There's kids up there all the time in the summertime, shooting baskets. It's hard to play a ball game up there because you can't dribble,
yeah,
but they're up there shooting. I mean,
we priced that out at one point, did we?
it's around 50,000.
You know, there was a brief discussion about having a parks festival. And maybe you would reconsider that maybe for 2027, looking at 2026 as a planning for something like that, and Co-op Park being the beneficiary of a large festival that could be held there.
Yeah.
It's great exposure for the park. It would be great exposure for Parks and Rec as a department and what you give to the community. And certainly, there would be significant revenue that you could generate from something like that. It would probably take you a year to plan, and if you can hang that revenue dollar on something, you will always generate more money.
Yeah.
So if you would consider the refurbishment of the basketball courts at the front of Co-op Park as your goal, you could certainly develop a festival. That would be a weekend festival that you potentially could generate enough to handle that. Just something to consider. And certainly the chamber would be a willing participant as a planning person for an event like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it was, I mean, we've worked on it for, it's a great idea, I think. And do it in the fall, when nothing's going on here. And then it also puts it back into more of a local festival.
I don't know, I just think if we put basketball hoops up in the ice rink arena, one of the advantages would be the chamber could then do a 3-on-3 tournaments. That would really be being covered. You wouldn't have to worry about weather or stuff. That would be something that brings more people in.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that would be a
Oh,
great thing to
it's
start.
been a dream of mine to have a Gus Macker here.
Yeah,
Yep.
they always bring a crowd,
Mhm.
a lot of fun.
It might have to be not so many divisions as some of the bigger Gus Mackers, but
Right, but for that, like, we could get some
you could even,
temporary baskets and put them
I-
on
the tennis courts.
And
Yes,
line up, you
exactly.
could have
That,
6 more games there. I mean,
Yep.
and then we've got the skate park. We could slide all the skate park stuff up and we could put them up there.
Yep.
We could do a Gus Macker tournament in Cooperation Park.
good.
To benefit the new ones, and then the next year, when you got your new ones, you're having your premier games out
At
by
your
the
school.
road.
Mhm.
You're having
Yeah.
the Division I or whatever, you always got your elites, and they're playing out in the front, where everybody's seeing it. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Any way to generate revenue for the parks, because you need it.
Yeah.
Well, and it's not just our township, it is used by all the townships.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
It is the gem of the north.
What was that when we figured that up, when we went for that county grant? We figured up it was over 2/3 of the townships in the county utilize Cooperation Park.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
On a regular basis.
Yeah.
It's just crazy because we draw from Melanson to Onaway. I mean, we're outside of the county even,
Yeah.
bringing these people in.
When I played hockey, we had guys coming over to use our ice rink from Petoskey, Harbor Springs for
Yep.
pickup games. you know.
Oh, yeah, they were, have, this year
They
wasn't
didn't
so
give a
bad,
whole
but-
lot of donation, but
Right. No, it was, I had a group of, like, not college or semi-pro players, all had to be, that were coming over and picking, every week they played on Wednesday nights.
Hmm.
And it was unreal. These guys were traveling from long distances to get there, but it was some guy organized it and they paid $10 a piece and they played big time hockey. It wasn't, nothing like I watched. So yeah, it gets utilized. I mean, the park
but right
does
now,
by
it's
even-
basically for 3 months it gets utilized.
No, the park, year round.
No, I'm
is
talking
growing.
about the pavilion,
The
yeah.
pavilion, yeah, and then it sits empty. I would love to see it being wedding receptions and those kind of things, but to get to that step, you have to go to get some bathrooms right there.
Right.
And you have to get some storage right there because
Oh, yeah.
you should be, to do that, you wanna be able to pull your own tables and chairs out and provide them, but it's probably one of the single largest covered spaces in northern Michigan. There's not many other that are
Right.
that open, that huge.
Yeah.
If it was just downtown, then that's solved.
Good discussion. Any other board comments? I'm welcome to an adjournment,
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
and I'll second it.
Awesome.
We are adjourned at